That is my rendition of the intro of Seth Rollins' current theme. We're live. We're live for part 20 of season 2 of F1 2016 career mode. It be Brazil. It be Brazil. Top quality weekend, Brazil. Go over the recap in a moment. As we do, just wait for everyone to come in. While we wait for that, let me know how you're doing. The old live chat. I've just taken my glasses off and I realise how blind I am. Like, the pop-out chat, I literally, like, the words live chat are blurry. And I'm only, like, 2 feet from my PC screen. I am blind AF. Video on demand of yesterday's stream, the Mexican Grand Prix, was made available this morning. Hopefully those of you joining were here for that one yesterday. And I hope to improve on yesterday. I'm on my 4th bottle of water. It's a joke. It's just a joke. It really is. Hello to all those joining. I appreciate you coming in. Penultimate round of the season. Penultimate round. Round 20 of 21. Let's go over the recap, shall we? So, we qualified 11th. I struggled with pace early on, but I hooked it up in qualifying apparently. Don't crash, that would be an improvement. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I've made the setup more stable. I rang really aggressive wings in Mexico. I think it was like 9 on the front, 4 on the rear. I've actually gone fairly balanced here. Plus, there's no sort of, left-right sequences really here at high speed. So, no one bought an update. Allegedly mixed conditions, but all the practice and all the bits have been in the dry, so no real issues there. I got enough resource points to apply. Annoyingly, my downforce upgrade did not save. I don't know why. So I didn't get that this race, but I got enough resource points to also do a chassis weight, so that does mean we will have an upgraded package for the final race. That puts us pretty much level with McLaren and Force India for the final round of the season. So, I'm pretty sure 7th, I mean, unless we don't score in the final 2 races, which, going by recent track history, very likely, Magnussen wins them. I don't think we'll lose 7th in the drivers. It's the constructors, so there's 1 point between 3 teams in Renault, ourselves, and Williams. I want that 4th place back. It's a tall order. I'm okay around Brazil, and I'm okay around Abu Dhabi. Definitely not my stronger tracks, so we're going to have to see. We are going to have to see. We'll go to the race. Bear in mind, this is the first part of a double header. After this race is over, I'll be taking a short intermission break. By short intermission break, I probably mean dinner, if I'm realistic. And then I'll be back for Abu Dhabi this evening. So you get a nice little double header to cap off season 2. I want to get it done tonight because I won't be able to stream again until Monday. Monday? Yeah, it'd be Monday at the earliest. So get it all finished up tonight.
Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking.
My main issue around here is turn 1.
As the drivers complete
I always take it, or try and take it faster than you should, and it just puts you out of place horribly for turn 2. So hopefully that's, you know, once I get into a rhythm in the race, I'll be able to resolve that. Massa looks like he's starting quite near the front. That's a little disappointing to see.
It's all a bit like going into battle. The unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
I want to actually have a little look at the grid rundown here, because I can't remember where the Williams and the Renaults have qualified.
Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion, with Nico Rosberg alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Ricciardo.
Oh great, 7th and 8th for the Williamses. But I'm ahead of both Renaults. Okay, that's fine. I can take that. Palmer is 13th, Magnussen 16th. Good, good. Grosjean 18th, that's, yeah, I mean, Grosjean-ish. Right, race strategy. Oh, hello. Oh, it's going to get a bit damp, is it? Well, there's only one logical choice that I'm seeing here, then. Let's edit this strategy. Can I... Well, I can't. Can we... Let's bring that back. Let's add 5 stints. Swap that to mediums. Some like the strategy editing options in this game are like just asinine. Like I hate them. Pit lap, like lap 11. We could go to like 13. Stint 2 will pit like... Obviously this isn't the strategy that I'm going to follow. That's stint 3 for the mediums, and then we'll do stint 4 for like the... Oh god. There, let's key it like that. Stint 4, stint 5, let's remove that stint. So that's how we're going to have to key it, but obviously that's not how it's going to go, because we're going to have some rain. Light rain for a bit, heavy rain for a bit longer. We will save boatloads of fuel in the wet. So let's bring that out the car. Lovely, lovely. Right. Yeah, hard tyres at the start. I just don't want to be making additional pit stops. Like, I don't see the point in trying to drag mediums out when they might not make it, or pitting, like, going soft and then going medium. That I might as well just run the hard tyre, right? That's my logic. That's my logic. Let's throw ourselves straight into this one, shall we? Okay, so Button is on the ball. Button qualified 10th, so of course he would be on the softs. Perez on the mediums. Can't see what Palmer's on, so that's that. I'm not too concerned with what tyres they're running, in all fairness. I just tend to try and think, is my strategy the best one? And I'm hoping it is. My PC is already complaining. It's whirring, screeching at me a little bit. Oh dear. Goes to show I should be looking at where I'm driving rather than my OBS. and my preview. So both McLarens ahead of us. Interesting to note. Try and have both of those as soon as possible. Like I've said before, I tend to try and be good on the first lap, so we can get ahead of the McLarens and the Williams. It's a big ask for positions, but that's like best case scenario. Here we go then. Whew. Let's not crash this time. Let's get a good result.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
I shall. I'd say the grid's pretty formed up. Here we go then. 5 red lights. And away we go. A little bit delayed off the line. Apparently I'm 4 laps down rather than 3. That's not what I wanted. Down the inside, both McLarens, the Williams are scrapping with Magnussen. Oh, Button's got excellent traction. I'm out wide. Side by side with Alonso. We should be able to get him on the run down to turn 4 in the slipstream of Button. Oh, very nice on the straight line speed. Dive it down. Inside of Verstappen. Lovely. There's a good start. Up to 8th from 11th. And let's get on the back of these Williams now. These guys are on the soft tyres, of course, already worn. They're going to have had a heat cycle put through them, as they were used in qualifying. Probably could have made a dive there, but I thought against it. Going to get good traction. Let's just set ourselves up for a move in turn 1. I think that's our aim. Bottas got good drive, though. He is on 2 compound softer of tyre. Kind of understandable. But we are now in the slipstream. The very OP slipstream of F1 2016. Down the inside. Easily done. Up into 7th. And now we chase after the leading pack. Let's drop it down to standard before I do literally run myself straight out of fuel. These front 6 are really scrapping hard. I can't see who that is who's jetted off into the distance. It must be Vettel. Surely that's Sebastian Vettel that's just gone off into the distance. Kimi Raikkonen's up to 2nd place. So it's a Ferrari 1-2. Red Bull of Ricciardo in 3rd. Who can take the championship this weekend, bear in mind. Oh, Massa left the door open. Sorry, Massa. Mercedes 4-5 and we're up to 6th. We started 11th. We started on the hard tyre to see us through. It's going to be raining shortly in this Grand Prix. Don't know how quick, but you can see the black clouds hovering overhead. Massa probably allowed us to get through because he's going to have a run on us. We'll defend the inside line. He hasn't exactly gone for it, though. So now the first couple of laps of craziness are out the way. It's about getting into a rhythm in this Grand Prix. We don't need to push the tyres too hard. Ideally, all I want to do is finish ahead of the Renaults and the Williams cars, which is exactly where I'm positioned out on track at the moment. So we have track position. We also have the upper hand of being on the tyres that will actually last to the rain period. So everything at the moment is in our favour. All I need to worry about doing during this race is not lose track position, don't make any mistakes, and of course save all the fuel that I took out of the car. Which will be easy to do in the rain period. So Well, we've really gained a lot. Fastest laps coming through from everyone.
The gap to the leader is
Not us, of course, because we are on 2 compounds harder tyres.
teammate is 7.
Bottas has got past Massa. So we're kind of going to sit in no man's land for a little while here, but I'm fine with that. This might be a bit of a boring one to start with, but it might get exciting later on. Who knows?
Set the car to mix 1 as soon as possible.
I wouldn't say I've burnt through a lot of fuel. In fact, I've regained 0.4 fuel in like 2 laps. Calm down, Jeff. Calm down. If I can regain that much just on standard, I might be able to just run it in rich for a bit longer. I'll worry about that nearer the end of the stint, in all fairness, though, rather than right now.
Okay, we don't think we're far away from some rain. I'll keep you updated as the conditions change.
Yeah, just give me times, Jeff. That's all I really care about. Just give me times. That's all I want. 14.8. As long as we can lap at a consistent pace and don't like just drop off, that's best case scenario. Perez, what? Why is there such a gap? Oh, cars are already in the pits. That's why. So Perez must have passed Massa, and Bottas must have made a pit stop. Okay, well, that's what's happened so far, I guess. There was a flash. Don't know why there was a flash. Oh, you can see the rain already on the chassis. Look at that. So the rain probably going to be sooner rather than later. Could the hard tyres maybe have been a bad decision? Could we have got away with mediums? Only time will tell. Bit of a mistake made there. I think the flash was to signify the rain. Oh, the rain is coming down heavier than anticipated. We'll see how long it takes to build, though. More cars in the pits. Out of the top 10, who, of course, ran the soft compound in qualifying. 15.4 that lap. So I talked about consistency. So far, haven't really shown any. Of course, the times are going to start dropping off as the rain gets heavier. That is to be expected, however. Hamilton running mediums. Quite a lot of understeer. Yeah, the grip is very much starting to go away as the rain comes down. Riding the curb a little bit, that's a mistake. We're a long way off the leaders, but that's to be expected. This car still isn't that fast. Sun is trying to still break through, though. As Raikkonen's in the pits now. Hamilton going to lead the Brazilian Grand Prix. We're going to be up to second. 15.9. Perez does appear to be cruising up to the back of us. Run it in rich for a little while. Try and build that gap if we can. Yeah, track is definitely starting to feel a bit greasier. Definitely not got as much turn in as I did in the first couple of laps. We'll keep on this tyre, though. Definitely isn't wet enough yet. Hamilton, of course, continues on. You'd expect him to. 16.4. Times are tumbling as the rain gets heavier.
Think the track is ready for intermediates yet?
This is very much Brazil 2012 at the moment. It's very borderline with the tyres. But as Jeff said, we're on the right one for now. So even those guys who have already pit are going to be out on dry tyres. So they're out of position now. I mean, top 10 really had no choice. That's why I'm kind of glad we got 11th. That's literally best case scenario for days like this. Sun is still trying to get through though, and that's why I don't think it's hammering it down just yet. $17.9, wow. It's going to be Inters very soon. Yeah, now like the spots of rain are appearing on the screen ever so slightly. So it's taken a while for the rain to get here properly, but it will be here within the next few laps. It's about maintaining a gap if we can to the cars behind. Yeah, rear end's starting to get very loose. Okay. Set the next tyre to intermediates. We're no longer sure if we're on the right tyres. That's not what I wanted to hear. Realistically, I want to wait till it says DRS disabled, but I don't want to push it for another lap. I'm going to come in this lap. I think this lap's best lap. We'll box. We'll put on a set of intermediates. Easy into the pit lane. Oh, well, hi, WRL Schumacher. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hamilton's gone for mediums again. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is very interesting. Have we gone too soon? Have we gone too soon? I think we might have gone too soon. It will come back to us. If we have gone too soon, it will come back to us. Whoa! Let me guess. He's going to suggest dry tyres, isn't he? Of course he is. Through the middle sector is where the difference is going to be, though, in the corners. Yeah, that's what I was debating about doing. I was debating waiting out to say DRS disabled, but honestly, my pace was dropping, and I don't think staying the extra lap would have been beneficial to me, because now other guys have already made a pit stop. So, and look how much I've closed on the back of this pack in the middle sector. So while it seemed a bit too early, it seems to me like it was a good idea, because now everyone's in the pits. Everybody in the pits. You've got Sainz is still out on mediums. One of the Ferraris. And now they're all coming in to fit the intermediate tyre. Wehrlein in fourth on the medium still. Harriento getting preferential treatment by the looks of things. Whoa, the back end is not very graceful on acceleration in these slimy, changeable conditions. Not fully wet yet, so... Science is struggling. Just got to get into our groove. Make sure we don't take too much out of these tyres. Yeah, I know how far we are off on fuel strategy. We're minus 3.5-ish. Lift off, make sure we don't lose the back end. Here we go. Both of these guys are coming in, and we are going to lead the Brazilian Grand Prix at the start of lap 12. And now all we need to worry about doing is saving a bit of fuel. Yeah, the AI for some reason stays out to avoid double stacking, but surely the double stacking isn't as bad a way as going out like an extra lap on the wrong tyres. That's my logic. It can also depend. I mean, if the pit lane is super busy, you might lose like a boatload of time, so I see why they might do it. Hamilton, the car behind us. I'm not too concerned with having any super scraps with anyone. All I'm really concerned with doing is finishing ahead of the Renaults and the Williams, which should allow us, unless, you know, their guys get super lucky, to get back into fourth in the Constructors. Man, that helps me. That helps me wonderfully. That immediately eliminates one of the problems. And a VSC. That helps me with fuel, actually, so... Even though I doubt we're going to have issues recovering 3 laps in a what's meant to be a wet rest of the race. God, that was difficult. My English, not good. Come on. There we go. So, current top 3, myself, Hamilton and Perez. VSC is ending. Lovely stuff. Apparently the next tyre I want to switch to is a soft tyre. I don't think so. Apparently it's going to get heavier in the rain, so hopefully we'll be able to stick it out on these inters until it gets to that point. At which point we'll need the full wet tyre. But we'll see. We swapped to the inters about 5 laps earlier than I'd predicted to. So we'll see. Track's only just starting to get properly wet, so it's taken a long time, even after swapping to the inters, for the track to fully get to like properly damp / intermediate conditions. Let's run standard for a little while. I'm still going to save a lot of fuel in standard, if I'm honest. I'd rather not even know how much fuel I've got. The midfield looks very close. Some intense scraps going on. Grosjean in the mix, looking like he's on tail end of the points. Any more points that kid can get would be very much appreciated. This car does not feel very hooked up. It's on the throttle. The back end just wants to overtake the front end. Long way to go in this race yet. Only on lap 15 of 36. More rain expected. Well, this rain's going to get heavier. When Hamilton catches me, probably not going to put up too much of a fight. Pointless racing him. He's quicker. We're about 10 seconds slower in the intermediate conditions than we were the dry. I don't know what an average is. I suppose 10 seconds is you know. Vettel now up into third, has passed Sergio Perez. Vettel might want to be getting onto the back of the Mercedes. Of course, the Ferraris are still battling it out to see who's going to finish fifth in the drivers. Not too sure where the Williams or Jolie and Palmer are right now, but I'd rather not know. Again, I'd rather just focus on my own running. Hamilton continuing to close, that's fine. Okay, so starting to question the amount of standing water. I don't think it's near wet tyres just yet. Okay, under 10 minutes for the heavy rain. Okay, well these inters will last that long, so, you know, that's fine. Hamilton really closed up. I've been running super cautious over the past lap or so. Hamilton now 1.5 behind according to the last split. Yeah, the Red Bulls are nowhere at the moment, but they have a tendency to, once they're in clear air, they'll just be able to pump out ridiculous lap times. So, I mean, P2 or P3 would be excellent. But again, I don't really mind where I finish. I just want to beat the Renaults and the Williams. It will be tough to hold Hamilton back. Like I say, you know, once he catches up to me, it's almost going to be a case of when he gets past me, rather than if, because he will easily be able to get through. It's just about finding the best place as we nearly drop it. Well, this will apparently be the best place, as I've got it all crossed up, going into the right-hander. And there goes one Lewis Hamilton. Into the distance. I mean, it was going to happen, so at least I didn't set it up in the way of any kind of contact. Although, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. His car's so much more planted through the longer corners where I have to lift, because I've got no confidence. Oh, dip. Bit of a correction. I think that's your lot. Hamilton is now going to drive off into the distance. That's fine. Just over halfway in this race now. We currently sit P2. Going to be time for the wet tyres soon, I reckon. I can tell the rain is definitely starting to get heavier. Back end is not liking these conditions. I'm getting on the throttle a bit too aggressively, I think. Because I was 8/10, but I lost a second in effectively a... I mean, not a straight line, but you know, I shouldn't lose 8/10 of a second through that, or a second through the final sector.
At the moment, the car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
Vettel's now going to be closing in on us. Do you know, I wish I was in some rain right now. I can feel sweat on the back of my head. It's not pleasant at all. Better that time around. Still losing time, but not as much. Only 2/10 lost in the final sector. Inters are wearing though, so I wonder when the heavy rain is going to arrive. I don't really want to make any additional pit stops. We're just going to have to press on with what we've got.
Reports are that heavy rain will be arriving on track within 5 minutes' time.
Within 5 minutes, good. It's kind of information, the information that I want right when I want to hear it, because I'm getting concerned about my tyres. Lovely. See, Jeff today is on point. There are days where Jeff just lets you down, but Jeff today, on point with his information. It's beautiful. It really is. Coming through to complete the 21st lap of this race. 2.7 back from Hamilton. The gap slowly decreasing, or sorry, increasing. The gap that we have to Vettel slowly decreasing, but again, not a concern about that. That is fine. Where are our tyres at now? Late 40%. I feel like I've spent a lot more of this race concentrating due to, you know, the circumstances of last night.
Getting some information on button. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Hamilton now 3.5 ahead. Sun's still trying to break through. I've mentioned this a few times now. You can still see it through the clouds. These Inters are feeling very second hand. I've got one Ferrari and I'm not too sure. Looks like a Red Bull chasing me down.
Hamilton has the lead.
Oh, I'm fully aware Hamilton has the lead. Can kind of see. Well, I was going to say I can kind of see him, but he's just pulling ahead. It is Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo is now up into third position. These Inters are getting worn. These Inters are getting very worn. P2, don't crash. Yeah, that's what I nearly did. Nearly threw it away just there. P2, rain is due to be getting heavier, so I need to stay on these tyres. I can't afford another pit stop. Went on them about 3 laps earlier, or 2 laps earlier than everyone else. So they had a bit of extra wear in the slightly drier conditions. It's meant that they're now struggling. Interesting. Very interesting. Everyone's just peeled into the pit lane. And they've peeled in for another set of intermediates. We're going to carry on. Raikkonen up into second position. Oh no, he's going to be close to Hamilton on pit. Oh no, no he is. He's passed Hamilton on pit exit. Hamilton is third. Grosjean is in. Battle Ricciardo, please. Well, Ricciardo's gone in. I don't know if you noticed that. Ricciardo definitely pit. So, when is this heavy rain? Can I have this heavy rain now? My tyres have got absolutely nothing left. They're definitely at the point where I feel like they need changing. But I can't pit for fresh inters. I can't. With heavy rain just round the corner, got to keep going. We've regained the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. We did it a lap ago. God, it's getting tense through this final sector. I just don't want the rear end to let go. I've got rain that's arguably slightly heavier than what my tyres can cope with. They're very worn, so I'm getting very minimal grip. The sweat mode right now on the concentration. If I go very quiet, you know why. Raikkonen in the pits. Hamilton back out in second. Vettel third. Heavy rain's got to be due now. Like the rain's been heavier on my screen at least for the past few laps. Let's get a weather report. That was 15 minutes until this heavy rain eases into light rain. Well, what does that mean? Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely staying out. I'm not going to be coming in. There's no point in me coming in because there's rain is going to be allegedly getting heavier, but it hasn't happened yet. And I haven't had Jeff going, "Oh, we've got a viable strategy change for you." So it is take the pain now for the eventual gain. Hamilton is so much faster. Don't want to know about my tyres and I don't want to know about fuel. Actually, I do want to know about fuel. Let's put it to... Please. Please, Jeff. Please let it be what I think it is. It is! You beautiful, beautiful man. Let me get off these tyres. Jeff is a bit of a dick, you're right, but Jeff could have saved me right now. Right, nice and easy on this pit entry. Can't attack it too much. Oh no! I read the line wrong. I read the line wrong. I thought the line was further back. It's fine. Yeah, that wasn't smart. I got the line all mixed up. I wish that was a good enough excuse, considering I pit just fine. And now Jeff wants to bring me in for intermediates. I bet now that's what he wants to do with his alternate strategy. Is that what he wants? Yep, of course that's what he wants to do. Cold. Cold, man. Yeah, I'll serve it within the next couple of laps. The car is squirming on these tyres. Does not like these full wet tyres just yet. Raikkonen coming through. Oh, he's tapped me. Oh, great. Cheers, Jeff. Appreciate it. You told me to go on this strategy, and now he's like, oh, yeah, the lap times by the guys who were on the tyre we just told you to get off of, they're better. Could you fit those instead? There goes Raikkonen. It will come back to us. It will. I know it will. First and foremost, we have to serve this drive-through. I'm going to do that now. Actually, no, I'll do it on the next lap because I can do it next lap. I know I have to serve it this lap. Okay, well, I'll do that then.
disqualified.
This time I won't get it wrong. There you go. That's how I should have entered it. We'll serve this drive through. We shouldn't be too hampered by it, hopefully. And then we need to just get into a rhythm on these tyres. All the guys around us are going to have to pit. They're going to have to, surely. Right, we're now positive on fuel. Lovely. Back into standard mix. Let's crack on with the final stint of this race. Currently in 10th, and only 10th. 1 point behind a Williams and a Renault. But the rain is allegedly... I'm losing confidence every lap that it's going to get heavier. But look at the amount of time that we're making up in the middle sector on guys that are on the intermediates. So Bottas ahead, then Hulkenberg, and then Palmer is just up the road. So we start lap 30 of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Oh, we're on the grass. Hulkenberg and Bottas side by side battling. They've got zero traction. Yeah, finally. It's taken them long enough. It really has. Conditions finally coming towards this tyre. I mean, we had to pit, so again, we've gone on a few laps earlier than we realistically should have done. But it's the middle sector where we're going to be making up the most time, and we need to capitalise on that right now. Oh God, I've got a notification on my TV to shut it down, which you won't see. Sorry about this pause. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to drive. There we go. My apologies about that, everyone. Fancy a podium. Depends, you know, the podium was looking very strong before the drive-through, but we will see as we go down the inside of Hulkenberg.
Gap to car in front is 1.2 seconds.
I saw someone in the pits, but no one else has gone in. So look, they've just got... Bottas has got superior traction at that final corner. Final sector is not great for us. Everywhere else is nice. Corners, look at it. Got someone going down my inside, but they're easy on the brakes because of the condition. Yeah, I'm also very surprised the AI haven't pit. But they're probably going to try and stick it out, which is fine for them. I need to be capitalising on these conditions now. But I mustn't overdrive the car. Look at how much time we make up in this middle sector. Just look at it. It's ridiculous. Someone's in. Someone's in from up the road. Who is it? Well, Bottas isn't in. Someone was.
So the gap to our teammate is 4.2 seconds.
Right, we have to get Bottas this lap. Looks like a McLaren ahead of Bottas. Look at the traction. Look at the traction advantage. I'm going down the inside. There it is. 8th. Palmer 7th, so it's a lapped car ahead. That's a little disappointing. I think the AI are going to stick this one out to the end, you know. Can't believe this. It's going to reach a nice conclusion, though. Bear in mind the AI's inters are going to be very worn. So that's one positive I'm taking. The gap between Palmer and anyone else ahead is ridiculously large, though. Like, there's no way I'm gaining any more positions unless some miracles occur. Button battling with Palmer, the two Brits. Well, I say battling, Palmer is very much holding him up. I think it's more tyres are coming to me than anything else, really. Palmer's very slow, though. Very slow. We're going to have 3 laps to go any minute now. Right, so it's allegedly heavy rain for the next 5 minutes. We need to concentrate and focus for these last 3 laps. These last 3 laps are the only opportunity we've got to make up any positions. Palmer is really slow and vulnerable. Button's making a move on him. That's going to cost him time. Well, we have to get Palmer into the right-hander if we can. No, we're not close enough. That said, we can set him up for the next corner. Our car will get bite and turn in. We're going to send one down the inside. That's up to 7th. Yeah, Button's on wets. Button's AI realising... Oh, sorry, Jensen. I did not realise you were still there. I mean, he wasn't going to get any points anyway. Perez is 6th. The AI is still not coming in. I'd love to know the state of their tyres. Some of the AI are in. Some of them are. They realise that their inters can't make it. Oh, tension building. Final 2 laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix. As far as I know, we're ahead of Palmer and both Williams. Well, I know where I'm ahead of Bottas and Palmer. I don't know about Massa. Magnussen out the Grand Prix. We are just reeling Perez in. Come on, AI. Pit. I don't think they will. Hamilton's already started the last lap. The AI have performed a strategy masterclass here. We've got 1 lap left to get 6th place from Sergio Perez. In all fairness, we would have only gained about 15 seconds from our not having to do the drive-through. So if we call it 15 seconds, we'll see where we would have finished. But right now, we need to worry about catching and passing Sergio for 6th place.
This is your final lap of the race.
I reckon we might be able to get him into the right-hander. Hamilton wins. We've got better traction. Down the inside. You left the door open, Sergio. There we go. 6th place. And we're 15.1 behind Verstappen, apparently. Rich Mix to the line. It's 6th place. Apparently I want to slap my microphone on the way through. But you know what? I'll take 6th. I will take 6th place. I'm actually quite happy with 6th place. Started 11th. Got 6th. At one point we... Oh, well, I mean, I thought my strategy was better, but the AI outdid me. The AI outdid me.
There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here as they
Could have been P4, maybe 3rd without the drive-through. Possibly. The drive-through doesn't cost you that much. That's why I'm saying, you know, I'm taking a guesstimate of about 15 seconds. So we'll see on the race results in a minute. I'm pleased with the result. Like as I was saying throughout the race, anything that was ahead of Renault and Williams was a good result today. To get points back on them. Which is exactly what we've done. So if you consider 15 seconds, we may have beat Verstappen. I think that was best case scenario. Bottas 9th in the end, and no points for Renault. Palmer dropped to 16th in the end as he made a pit stop. Okay, that's lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. I will take 6th all day long. That means... So Raikkonen still leads the Ferraris. They'll be fighting it out in the last round. We regain 4th. We have 6 points to Williams, 7 points to Renault. All to play for the constructors in the final race of the season. All to play for. That was a good one. I love dry to wet or wet to dry, or you know, just races where there's changeable conditions. They're so much better and more interesting. Like there was a point in time in that race where I'm like, oh, I've got first for sure, and then the AI pulls out an absolute strategy masterclass and just outdoes me, which I'm not even mad, because that's what you want. You don't want it to be predictable. 6th place. Wow. I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. It's actually points. It's the first points since Japan? was Japan. It was Japan. And we're going to have the chassis weight and the downforce upgrade for Abu Dhabi. So that means we will have an even faster car going into the final race of the season, which will be later. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to get some food and do the practice and the qualifying. And I'll be back later on. We finish Season 2 today. I will tweet when I intend to go live. And I'll tweet when I go live. Of course, those of you with notifications enabled will be here. I appreciate you all coming out. P4 at most, yeah. I mean, that's you know, I don't get me wrong. The drive-through was very annoying, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. And like I said, I'm just happy I beat Renault and Williams. So, drop me on follow on Twitter at iPsychoenigmaI. It's basically the exact same as my YouTube username. I will tweet out when I intend to go live on the for the final race of the season, and hopefully, we didn't get a contract event mid-season, so that means we should get a contract event after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and we'll find out who we're driving for Season 3. There will be a Season 3. On this game, they'll all be live streams, so we will see what happens. But guys, thank you for coming out. I do appreciate it, and we've got the final race of the season later today.